And what's going on, guys? We're back. NFL Week 3. Once again, I was late picking the Thursday night game, but I do have visual evidence that I picked the Browns to get their first win in, what was it, 600 and some days. I did message a friend. I have visual evidence that I predicted the Browns would win. And Madden, they were correct on their prediction as well. They had a close game too. They picked the Browns 21-19, as you see here. Looking like it's going to be another good week of football. We got some good games on tap this week. First off, we see division rivalry: Saints and the Falcons. And the Falcons are coming off a win against the Panthers. The Saints are coming off really close, lucky win against the Browns. Really, Saints are looking a little rough this year. I don't know what's going on there. Haven't really been able to keep up with everything there. The Mark Ingram suspension might be part of the problem, but you still have Kamara, you still have Drew Brees. Their defense isn't the best, but their offense, in years past, has carried this team, and this year it's just not been enough so far. Against the Falcons, it depends on which Falcons we're going to see. If we see the Falcons against the Cowboys, this could be the Saints. Falcons against, Falcons week 1 against the Eagles, my bad. If we see that Falcons team, then this could be the Saints' chance to get a win. But if we see the Falcons like we saw last week, this could be the Falcons game. 34-32 is a high-scoring, close prediction. 30. If it's that high scoring, I would say the Saints are probably the favorite. I don't know they're going to lose a shootout like that. They did with the Buccaneers, but I think the Falcons. I don't know that they can really. I don't know that they can really do it like the Buccaneers. Um, but they're playing in Atlanta. I think I think the Falcons are getting better. So that's what I'm gonna go with when I say the Falcons are gonna beat the Saints. They're I still don't think they're a better team than the Saints. Offense, the Saints should be like killing it. Defense is their weakness right now, and defense, as they say, wins championships. And the Falcons have a pretty decent defense. Um, but I'm gonna take the Falcons on this one. I think they're in a upturn because that the game against the Panthers, they almost lost it. It was close. It came to a last Hail Mary, but I think the Falcons are a solid team on both sides. They're getting better each week. So I'm gonna go Falcons on this one. Packers and Redskins. Now the Redskins started. Granted, they played the Cardinals and they won 24-6 week 1. Week 2 wasn't the same story, but they're playing at home this week. It's against the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers is probably more. I'm sure he's more healthy than what he was last week. So I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. They do predict a close one. It would be interesting to see if they had another close one because the Packers have been in close games, all year so far, including a tie. So last week, so I mean it's a point difference for them of 1 point. They beat the Bears by 1, and they tied the Vikings. So now they're out of the division, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I think the Packers can handle the Redskins, so I'm gonna go Packers on this one. Colts and Eagles. It's interesting they have the Eagles losing this with that score, 24-19. I don't know. I'm still not sure about the Colts. The Colts have had a couple of, they had a really good first 3 quarters week 1, and last week they got the win. I don't know. The Eagles are still the defending champions. They're still a good team, and Carson Wentz is coming back this week. I'm not sure if Madden has put Carson Wentz back in the game in this simulation, so that might be part of it. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this one. I'm not sold on the Colts yet. They are a good team, but the Eagles are the defending champs, and they are a solid team. So yeah, I'll go Eagles on that one. Bills and Vikings. That is way closer than I would have thought. Um, I don't. I like Josh Allen. I want him to do well, but The Vikings are a really good team. They're an NFC Championship kind of team. I don't know that they'll be able to get past the Rams in the NFC when it gets to playoffs, and the Eagles. It'll be one of them, I think, to be in the NFC Championship. But I'm saying that I think the Vikings should manhandle the Bills pretty well. But I would like to see Josh Allen play well. It's been rough for the Bills. Nathan Peterman starting the season. It'd be nice to see the Bills um, be be competitive, but I think the Vikings are going to take this one. Raiders and Dolphins. This is another interesting one. The Raiders now have the longest active losing streak at 8 games, and the Dolphins are a pretty decent team this year. It's hard to say because the Raiders should be better. Getting rid of Khalil Mack has obviously hurt the team. And the Dolphins, they haven't really sold me as a great team, but they are a solid team this year. They could be competitive in that division. It's still the Patriots division, I think. Even with last week, they lost to a good team, and the Jags, the Patriots did last week. Um, yeah, I think the Dolphins will get this one. I, it's a shame because the Raiders got John Gruden as a coach. They got a great quarterback in Derek Carr. They got great weapons in Amari Cooper and some other receivers. And Jordy Nelson's there now. It's kind of bad that they've not been able to get a win in a while, but I'm gonna go with the Dolphins on this one. Denver and Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore would uh, be low scoring and blowing them out like that. 20-6. That's a two-score difference. I just don't see that. I do think the Ravens will come out on top. The Broncos did fight back last week, came out with a 1 point win. But they're playing in Baltimore. That might help the Ravens a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one. All right, the Queen City Battle. We got the Bengals and Panthers. The copycats. We have two Queen Cities, two First in Flights, and two cats as mascots for Queen City teams. Bengals this year, I'm surprised that 34-23 isn't the predicted score because that is the score of every Bengals game this year, which has only been two, but it's pretty odd. That's a random score for it to be twice in a row. Bengals are a good team this year. Panthers, they're a good team that they're underperforming what I would have thought they would have been, but they are getting better each week. So that's promising for Panthers fans out there. I want to say the Panthers will win this. I know it would be an upset. I would think maybe not big upset, but I think these are two. You know, one of them might be a top 10, one top 15. We'll see at the end of the year, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one. I do think it could be a close game. I don't think it'll be 34-23 again for the Bengals. So um, I'm gonna go with Panthers. I think they can get this done. It's two teams that don't play each other often. They don't really know each other as well. They've been studying film, I'm sure this week, but they're two out of conference there. And pause right quick. Street. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna say Panthers beating the Bengals on this one. It should be a close game. All right, Giants at Texans. Now, Texans have been surprisingly underperforming. The Giants, as expected, have been. I would have thought they'd been a little bit better than what they were last week. They did almost come back and win that one, which my dad's a Cowboys fan. He was yelling at that screen on that kickoff there towards the end of the game. It was a nail biter, even though we had a 20 to what was it 21-6 lead or something like that. But yeah, Giants. I, I feel like they should do better. Saquon Barkley is a heck of a talent. I think they're going to get it figured out eventually. The Texans defense is going to be tough for them this week, though. I would think the front line with J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, and they've shown some promise in the secondary. The offense has been underperforming for the Texans, though. Deshaun Watson should be able to get something done. He needs to get more yards. Lamar Miller's been pretty good for him, but this week should be good for them. The offensive line for the Giants has been rough, as you saw last week with the Cowboys. Cowboys sack total went up a little bit last week against the Giants. So I'm gonna go Texans on this one. I don't. It's hard to say what a score would be. They have a field goal difference. Um, but yeah, I think it could be close because the Texans have been kind of rough sometimes. But I think also that the Giants aren't as good, so the Texans should do better this week. So I'm gonna go with the Texans on this one against the Giants. And my Titans are going to Jacksonville this week. It's gonna be rough. I think Taylor Lewan should be back, which is huge. We still don't have Delaney Walker. He's out for the season. Marcus Mariota, I'm not sure what they'll do here. He's still, rehabbing or whatever for the elbow injury. You don't want to rush him back, especially against Jacksonville, who's a big division rival and could hurt him worse. But I just want to remind you, last year, the Titans swept the Jaguars, and the Jaguars were an AFC Championship team. When the Titans went to the Super Bowl, they beat the Jaguars 3 times that year to get to the Super Bowl, and the Jaguars only had 3 losses on the year. So the Titans know the Jaguars, and it's completely different teams back then, and now we have different injuries and stuff. I know, and the Jaguars are even better. But it would be interesting to see the Titans win this. But in my honest, humble opinion, I think the Jaguars have to be the favorite here. Of course, they might be the AFC champion favorite this year. The Patriots, I know they beat them last week. The Jaguars beat the Patriots last week, but the Patriots have shown that they will get better later on in the season. They usually start, a little 50-50, a little rough. They don't, and there was only that one year where they went undefeated and then they lost the Super Bowl. So I mean, the Jaguars. I think Jaguars and Rams are the favorite for the Super Bowl, in my opinion, because I think they're the best teams in each conference. The Patriots will get better. The Steelers will probably get better, and there's some others that can factor into to the final results there. But Jaguars, I'm going to say, are over the Titans. It is interesting. 23-14 is Madden's pick for the Titans, but I do think the Jaguars will get it done. And yeah, no, they'll probably beat the Titans this week. But Titans will just have to bounce back and take on, I believe, the Eagles next week for the Titans. So it's gonna be hard to watch, I think. But go Titans. 49ers and Chiefs. This one, it's hard to tell because the Chiefs have been really good. I don't know that the 49ers can score 49 points against the Chiefs in Kansas City. So I don't know about that. The Chiefs have been really good this year. I've underestimated them. I picked the Chargers over them. I think I picked them to lose week one. Um, but this week I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes. He's on my fantasy team. He needs to get me 70 points once again. That would be great because he's been on my bench week one and week two, and yeah, it's been rough. I had Russell Wilson in over Patrick Mahomes. Week three, I have Patrick Mahomes in and Russell Wilson on the bench. Good luck, Patrick Mahomes. Win my fantasy game this week. All right, so Chiefs, I'm going to say over the 49ers. I think they can get it done at home. And the battle for LA, the Rams and the Chargers, they have it really close here. I like the Chargers. I've said it before when I picked the Chiefs. I picked the Chargers over the Chiefs. Um, the Chargers are still growing. I think they're going to be a good team, but the Rams are the team right now. They are the top team from what I've seen. 23-20 is really a weird score because I think the Rams can. It could be a score, 2 score difference. I think 3 points is a little close. Um, so I'm gonna go Rams on this one. Obviously, they're playing at home, which both teams are LA area at least. But yeah, I'm gonna go Rams on this one. Cowboys and Seahawks. They're in Seattle. That's usually a big factor. I want. I think I'm gonna go Cowboys on this one though. The defense is getting better. They're getting players back. They might be getting somebody back this week. I haven't seen, but they've been showing promise. This last couple weeks. The first week was a little rough, but second week was pretty good. We'll go with them over the Seahawks. Bears and Cardinals. I'm taking the Bears. I don't know why in the world they have the Cardinals winning that. Bears are a great team. Cardinals are not great. Going Bears. Patriots and Lions. They have the Lions beating the Patriots. I don't see that happen. Matt Patricia against the Patriots should be interesting. But that's about it. I'm going to go Patriots over the Lions. They're going to bounce back from that Jaguars loss. The Jaguars are a great team. The Lions are not a great team right now. So I'm going to go Patriots on that one for Sunday night. Monday Night Football, Steelers and Buccaneers. No one, I guarantee you, no one thought this was going to be like a game to watch on Monday night. Pittsburgh should have been high power. Tampa Bay was going to be a snooze. And Tampa Bay has really, Ryan Fitzmagic has been great this year for Tampa. It's been a great passing offense, great team effort. Defense has been good enough for them to keep them in games, and the offense has been the winner for them. The Steelers, I don't think they're really missing Le'Veon Bell. I think it's just the news around Le'Veon Bell is causing problems for him. And yeah, I feel for him. He's got to get paid. He should be the highest paid. If he performs to the highest paid player pay, then that's what he should get. But on the other end, you're letting your team down by not being there. But James Conner has been good enough for the run offense. It's been Roethlisberger that's been kind of struggling passing. He's had interceptions each week. Defense isn't that great for those miscues. They're playing in Tampa. I don't know if that'll really affect much. Usually playing in Pittsburgh would affect some things, but you know what? I'm gonna go Bucks here. I feel like the Buccaneers, they've shown a lot this year, and I don't know that I've picked them either week this year, but this week I'm gonna go Buccaneers. I think Ryan Fitzmagic or whatever they're calling him now is doing good things for them, and they got Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson. I mean, they got O.J. Howard. They got great players on that offense. So I'm gonna go Tampa over the Steelers, and that wraps up this week's picks. Hoping for some good games. See some good college football today. I'm recording this on Saturday. And yeah, hopefully I picked mostly correctly. I did do better than Madden last week. I had 10 correct. I think it was 10, 4, and 1 because we had a tie. And we'll have to see if there's going to be another tie this week. I don't know who I would say the possible tie could be. Maybe, see, I don't really know who could be a tie this week. That's an interesting question. The Giants and Texans, maybe. They might could be it because they're kind of close. Cincinnati, Carolina, maybe. Um, but yeah, we'll just have to see and enjoy this week, and we'll try and get back to you before Thursday night. We're gonna try and have it up by Wednesday. I'll have all my picks for Thursday night through Monday. For week 4, I might have a guest on next time. Let's see. We'll see if so you have more than just my voice, more than my predictions. We'll see if we have some differences. Um, but yeah, we'll see you for week 4 later.